Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here to do the final installment of the Berserk Boyhood arc, Berserk Chapter 330 review. Now, this chapter of Berserk is, honest to God, this fight, it was a solid fight. Not the best Guts fight, not the best Berserk fight, but simply put, it was a fight. And the ending was a little bit sad, because things didn't go as I thought they would. I thought that Guts was going to put the flower in the meadow, and then the fairy would come back, and then, you know, she'd be like, thanks, and then walk off and shit. And, you know, that's what I thought. But no, of course, this is, you know, this is Berserk. And Berserk needs the sad fucking endings, you know. Oh, shit, here comes a horse, fucking stomp. Oh, flower's dead. Fuck me, you know. So, I mean, it's a flower. Not really a big deal, but still, you know, it kind of shows, I mean, basically, what this arc is showing is Guts' experiences in his childhood, how Gambino had a major role in his life, and also his connection with the mystical world. I mean, that's the main gist of this entire arc. But that being said, when it comes to this chapter starts off, and Guts is facing off against the Lord Sun. And the Lord Sun, yo, this motherfucker lied. This dude lied straight the fuck up, okay? The Lord said that, yo, my son, he's scared of battle and blah, blah, blah. Come to find out that his son is a ruthless, bloodthirsty motherfucker. It's like straight up. Apparently, his thirst for blood is so great that he almost killed, like, a little, yeah, he almost killed a neighbor's child. Okay, alright. So, I guess he's not so scared of battle as we thought he was. I mean, I thought that this guy was going to come out mad linky, straight up shaking, but no. Big ass, covered in armor, carrying a mace, just swinging the shit around. Bloodthirsty, man. Man, fuck this money. This old man, this lord should have died. He should have died. He should have gotten his head cut off. Fuck this dude. I don't like him, alright? See, this is why you can't trust the wealthy sometimes, man, because they're fucking liars. They're fucking liars, alright? So, that being said, the combat engages. Guts gets like a dull sword. Yeah, he gets like a dull sword. And then the combat pursues. This guy, the Lord Sun, goes on a tear. He starts just, you know, bashing down on Guts. Guts is dodging and blocking. He gets pushed back. And then while like the Lord and several of the people are watching, including guards, and what's happening here is that the Lord thinks that his son is going to be like some legendary hero or some legendary warrior on some bullshit. Nah, but the problem is that you face against Guts, so you automatically fuck up, alright? It doesn't matter if it's kid Guts, teenage Guts, older Guts. When you face Guts, you fuck up, automatic. So, what happens here is that Guts finds, at some point he takes a break, and then like some hooded guy knows his name. I'm like, how do you know his name? But it's kind of weird. But Guts wants to get this done over with because he wants the flower, because he has the flower on his, like, on some weird, like, scarf neck thing. And he wants to get, like, the flower to the meadow already. So, Guts goes on the assault. He finds, well, he gets behind the guy, and he swings, but the armor that this guy has is protecting his entire body. And then Guts is like, okay, how the fuck do I beat this guy? And then he has a flashback of Gambino. And Gambino teaching him the way how to fight opponents who are completely covered in armor. And what happens is that Guts gets behind him once more. He pushes down with all his strength, and the guy in the armor falls down. And I think he broke his arm, I'm not too sure. But what happens here is that he takes the hilt of his sword, and he jabs that in his eye. I'm like, fuck yes. Fuck yes. And then Guts all of a sudden takes off his helmet and has his sword by his neck. And then says, give me a horse and get me the fuck out of here. I'm like, okay, good shit. Good shit, alright? But then this is kid Guts, alright? Mad inexperience. So what happens here is that he's turning around, alright? And then the guys behind him are like, alright, fine. So let's shoot an arrow at this kid's back so we can stop him. And they fire an arrow. At the same time, the flower on his scarf neck gets blown by the wind, and Guts reaches for it. And thus God inadvertently and then Guts inadvertently dodges the arrow. So he goes to the thing, he dodges the arrow, then the Lord's son gets shot in the back. Then all of a sudden the guards get shot in the back with arrows. And apparently at the same time there was a raid from another castle or like another unit or something like that. And what happens here is that in this unit, because apparently Guts was like the key for all this to happen. Once the guards and the Lord were distracted by the capture of their son, these people swooped in, and apparently amongst this regiment is fucking Martino. I'm like, okay, all right, fine. So Martino, he ran away. Well, he used Guts as bait just to come back. So he had faith in Guts surviving. So, you know, okay, Martino, good shit. And, you know, Guts is like, well, I don't want to see you again because, you know, you fucking used me as bait. And Martino's like, well, you should be grateful because I saved your ass. So that's it right there. But then Guts turns around, looks at the flower, and the flower got stomped by a bunch of fucking horses. And Guts is kind of like, you know, sad and shit. And then Guts leaves. He walks towards the meadow where, like, the flowers were. And he throws the dead flower into the meadow. He walks away. I think he cried. I'm not too sure with this panel. I think there was, like, a little tear. Maybe, you know, like the little... I don't know, alright? I don't know. And then that right there is the end of the chapter. And then it ends off with, it was my boyhood a long, long time ago, hidden in the spring blossoms of another day. So this is the end of the Boyhood arc, and it says right here that the main story will continue in fall. In fall, the main story will continue in fall, meaning that we're not going to get another Berserk chapter by at least, you know, September or October. So, I mean, clearly he's busy with the movie, because I believe, I'm not too sure if the second movie's coming out soon in Japan, or if it already came out. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure on that one. I'm not too sure, yeah. But that being said, this is King of Lightning. Once again, the Boyhood arc is now over. This arc, in general, very simple, straightforward. Guts, his ties to Gambino, how Gambino has affected his life, how being a mercenary at a young age has affected him psychologically, and of course, his ties to the mystical world. And that's the end of the chapter right there. So I'll see you guys later. King of Lightning, rate, comment, subscribe. Peace. And for all Berserk fans, I'll see you again in fall. So, signing off.